guys, and welcome back to another video of Scariest Summer Camp Stories. I think it's gonna be part 3, or maybe I'm making a mistake, I don't know. It's probably, I have written it probably down, but I don't know. And also, I'm sure, this is gonna be the last part of the Scariest Summer Camp Stories. And also, tomorrow, my summer classes start. Summer school classes. And I must go. And so I think that I'm gonna upload, I'm not gonna upload daily, but it's gonna be like, I make the video and tomorrow I will upload it. And again, I will rest, then I will make the video, and then tomorrow I will upload it. Something like that. The time, do you remember the time that I had school? I'm gonna upload like that somehow, or maybe better, I don't know. But yes, they started our school in summer and it's just not fair. But it's gonna be 1 month, but still it's messed up, I know. And I'm sorry for myself. And the first story about the scariest summer camp stories in today's video that we're gonna read is Counselors. The camp nurse, a very gorgeous man named Crush, his camp name, kept hanging around my cabin group. He would hang out with us every day, and everyone except me absolutely loved him and flirted with him all the time. But there was something creepy and annoying about the way he was hanging around so much. I was the only one who saw that as creepy, I think. He came with us swimming, and I specifically remember him checking out a girl in my group. I noticed, and he noticed I noticed. And then I asked if he was a frat boy because he seemed like the type. After that, I think he was always a little scared of me and didn't bother trying to flirt with me because he knew that I knew he was being weird, flirting with some 16, 15-year-olds like that. How old was he? Like, if it's 20 years old or maybe younger, it can be not that weird. But if it's like 30-year-old or 40-year-old or 50-year-old, that's creepy. Caves in the lake. Every year I went to the same camp, and every year they tell us 3 things. Watch out for banana spiders? What? Don't have beep. Don't attempt to dive down the lake. The lake in question has many caves at the bottom of it, probably 50 or 100, okay, down. They used to teach scuba diving, but haven't since a counselor drowned. Nobody has scuba dived in that lake or attempted to reach the bottom for 15 years. The stories are passed on from counselor to counselor, and all is relatively the same. A group of kids didn't see their counselor, searched for him, came back up when oxygen got low, and alerted another counselor. Counselors went in the water to look for him, and people checked every inch of this camp in the middle of the woods. People were praying he wasn't in the water and somehow got out. 3 hours later, his body was found and taken from the water. He was 22 years old and gone just like that. Okay. Birds. Again, some negligence and birds. Okay. Hike up the mountain, which I was already dreading because of my asthma. And when we got up there, instead of tents, we slept in a tarp that had been set up to cover the ground, up and then over us, meaning our feet were pointing out into the forest. Oh my god. I woke up halfway through the night to snuffling sounds and heavy footsteps. Then something bumped my feet, which were sticking out a little farther than the rest of the group. I froze up and waited for, and I'm almost 100% convinced was a bird, lose interest and move on. You lost interest on your feet. Test the water by jumping in. I was on a canoeing trip. It was a trip that had been done by this camp for 10 to 20 years. Same canoeing portion of a pretty well-known river. Every year on the first day of the canoe trip, kids and staff members would jump off this rock on the edge of the river. It was probably 20 feet up in the air, but the water was deep, probably 10 to 12 feet of water. This group of kids asked to make the jump, just as thousands of kids had done before. We tested the jump by having the tallest staff member jump off the cliff. He safely did so, just as always, so then the kids went and did the same. Several kids jumped, came up, and were all fine. Then one kid jumped, comes up and says, "I think I cut my knee." Everyone laughed, but then this kid said, "No, seriously, come look." There was a giant chunk of the fat around his knee missing. Oh my god! If the injury had been elsewhere, it would be pumping blood out. It could have been much worse, but the kid was fine. He went to the hospital and got 12 or so stitches. He didn't rejoin the trip, but he went back and stayed the 2 weeks at camp. Needless to say, no kid ever jumped off that giant rock again. That must be painful. Attempted murder. I went to girls' scout camp when I was around 8 years old, so around 2001. All the counselors were young 20 years old. There was a girl in my group who did something to piss off the counselors. I don't remember that, but I know it was minor. It was the middle of summer and super hot, and she was moderately overweight. They made her sit in the sun and wouldn't allow her to have any water as punishment. They were terrible people, made me super afraid of them as a kid. That's so mean to do to a kid, especially an 8-year-old. And it's not her fault that she's overweight. Like, oh my god, I can't believe these guys. Okay. Peacock screams. This is the last story. Went to a camp that was half a mile away from a peacock farm, and I gotta say, peacock screams echoing through the middle of the night are being terrifying when you're 10 and nobody told you there was a peacock farm nearby. I haven't heard a peacock scream. I haven't been near to I actually have been, but I haven't heard it actually scream. So I don't know the feeling, but if it's something like a person screaming, you would probably get scared, even at age of like 30, if you don't know there's a peacock over there. And nice. So this was the last story. Okay, wait, where did it take me? What's this? It's talking about creepy clowns here. Okay. Here's everything you missed from the newest American Horror Stories trailer. I don't need that. We're talking about Scariest Summer Camp Stories. Not these things. Okay, so guys, thank you for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, give it a big thumbs up, share it with your family and friends, ring the bell, and subscribe for more videos like this. Wow, I talked so quickly. And if you want me to talk about any other strange things, just comment down below. Or any games that you want me to play, or anything that you want me to add to my channel, I certainly will. And thank you for watching this video. I'll see you in my next video. Bye.